In terms of just helping, what I'm understanding here from a lot of nonprofits, and Keyur, I would love to get your opinion on this, is the biggest concern of the hour for many important Indian nonprofits is the fact that they are not being able to host their fundraising events. They're not being able to come up and meet up the requirements they need on a yearly basis. Is that something as a director you're worried about to really, have the funds at the end of this pandemic? How are these children going to be placed back into the system? Your comments on that?
So as I mentioned to you, I think in one place we have been a little bit lucky that
Yes.
in India it's almost end of the year. So the more affected students are the one giving their 10th grade or 12th grade exams because they have like that board system and all that. So we
Right.
are focusing on those children more, making
Hmm.
sure that they are getting the needs taken care of in terms of education and in terms of whatever training they need.
Right.
And on an alternate front, we have our partners, Power My Learning, and they have told us that they'll provide us some laptops, which we are trying to ship
Hmm.
right now as we speak. So that way we can get them some extra help.
So the, the,
But we
the, the
feel
process to
confident.
send the laptops to India right now.
I'm sorry.
The things, the donations from the laptops is for the laptops are going to go to India.
Yes, we are trying to ship the laptops to India, and they are preloaded with programs.
Hmm.
What that does is, even if they don't have internet, they can still go and practice their stuff. But again, that would apply more towards the English medium students more than anyone else, because at least currently we only have that program for on our laptops.
We have another question here, and I think it's so incredibly important, sent to us by one of our viewers. How are nonprofits currently taking care of its members and its volunteers and helping them continue their on-ground work, ensuring their safety and health? Have your on-ground volunteers faced a lot of difficulties in order to provide services themselves because of what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, like US and India also, we have a little bit difficulty in getting masks and sanitizers and all that.
Right.
But we have been quite proactive and we have secured the requirements for our staff. That is why they are actually able to go and deliver food and things like that where they are, which I just mentioned earlier.
Right.
And we also have volunteers working in pharma companies, and they are helping us out, with whatever needs and helping us fulfill our needs as such.
Right. We are talking more and more about the nonprofit world. I know there is a lot that's going on in Vibha right now. I know certain parts of the projects are put on halt while we're going through this pandemic. But could you give us an insight into the projects you guys were currently working on up until March, and maybe programs or highlight into certain issues that we can all also contribute back into? I think right now we just want to know how we all, as a community of Indian Americans, help Vibha out.
I think the best thing for all of us to do is stay calm, and then once we are able to come together as a community, obviously they can volunteer with us, participate in events, and help us raise more funds. Obviously, if they can donate right now,
Yes.
they are more than welcome to help us in that way. Other than that, I think is just staying focused, staying calm is all that we can do.
Yes, in order to that, I have to ask you right now, I have you here from New Jersey, and you are a parent, as you said. You're a community leader, you're working in this. I have to ask you, as a South Asian American living here, how are you doing, and how is the community around you doing? And just a little bit on the sentiments of what's going on. We're just trying to figure out how the community is feeling right now.
Yeah, I mean, on a professional front, I work in cybersecurity and in a healthcare company. So, what we are making sure that all our staff either have access to work from home, and some of them who have to come to work, they are provided the required stuff like masks and sanitizers and so on and so forth. So we are just trying to be as safe as possible and do our best in the present circumstances to stay calm and just come together as a community.
Well, it was so great having you here on ITV Gold with us, Keyur. I really appreciate your time and your messages. Anything that you would like to tell our community? I would love for you to give a message out to the volunteers of Vibha that are working here and in India right now during this pandemic as well. But anything else you'd like to share? We'll definitely display the Vibha website so people know that they can go reach out. But your last messages.
Sure. So in Vibha, yeah, the foundation of Vibha is based upon three E's: uh, educate, enable, and empower.
Yeah.
We strive towards creating a 10x impact for our donors by partnering with the government. And we would just like to thank our media partners like ITV, who help us spread this message, and all our volunteers who come together even in these trying times to make a difference. Thank you so much for having me on.